What's going on, everybody? This is Bingo, and I'm with the Duel Factory for Season 2, Episode 2 of X2 Drop. This is our weekly Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast we do, talking about whatever we feel like. And right now, we are in a very lulled time in the game, but we did just have a new subset released. I forget the name of it. Magical Hero, right?
Next week. It comes out next week.
Yeah, but pre-releases are up right now, which prompted this week's topic, which is the secondary market ruins Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes, especially for these subsets. And this one, we're just going to bitch, complain, and talk about whatever we really feel like talking about. So
yeah, we are.
Oh, my God. So, Joe, this is a topic I know you've been floating around with ever since the whole Adusted Gold, Malicious Bane thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, like, what kind of pushed it over the edge and made you want to talk about it this week?
I mean, it's just like one of those things, like, so for the first time ever since I remember getting back into the game or playing at all, I pre-ordered cards. I usually don't do this because prices are inflated and it's just not worth it at that point for just waiting the extra 2 or 3 days and the cards usually go down after release. But, like, because of the whole Adusted Gold and Malicious Bane and how Konami maliciously short printed them in the secondary market in Yu-Gi-Oh! Took advantage of all that, I pre-ordered a copy of Liquid Soldier and I pre-ordered a copy of Sunrise. And I'm not going to lie, I feel like I dramatically overpaid for them. But I did that out of the fear that they're going to get bought out or they're going to be short printed like they were the previous cards and rise up to that $100 price mark that you saw for Adusted Gold and for Malicious Bane. And most recently, the card that John most wants in the set, which I will let him talk about.
Yeah, so I've been kind of out of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like just kind of waiting for the Forbidden and Limited List update. So, I'll check in on prices every once in a while, maybe grab something, but this week, seeing the pre-releases, like I honestly didn't see these until like 20 minutes ago, and it's just out of control. Like, why does the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community have to be so? I don't even know the word. Like, just
it's not
fucking
toxic. It's not like
just a bunch of fucking douchebags. Like, I don't have a better word. Like, just stop. Like, I get
like
it.
how.
I get it.
It's like how.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
They're legacy support cards, like they're fan favorites. Yes, they're money, but like, there's no way this card's gonna stick anywhere close to this. It's just I'm gonna have to sit around on my thumb for a month while these go down before I can actually like overpay for them. Still, and it's just fucking frustrating.
It's funny because you're going to find this great, and I know the people I know Doug and them who are listening to record this, they're going to find this hilarious. But it's like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Secondary market all turned into everyone's favorite local hero, Jacob Hill. And like, oh, well, I have no money to buy all these cards out and charge overrated prices out. You're just going to have to deal with it. And then that's just the entire secondary community. So it's like, it's like, I'm laughing because of how terrible the situation is. Well, like, that's just kind of how it is, man, because, like, you're looking at it, and this is why there's some cool, like, sets that come out, and, like, for example, the very, very first one they did that had, like, Crystal Beast stuff and Ancient Gear stuff, and, like, stuff like that. That was, like, those are, like, some really cool cards, but since the Yu-Gi-Oh! Secondary market sucks, the fusion spell for Ancient Gear monsters is, like, $60, and, like, I think it's, like, Rainbow whatever. It's Crystal Bonds, the one that searches. It's expensive for no reason. The deck's doing nothing, but since it came out as a subset and it only has so many good cards, and my name Jacob Hill.
Like the card that I remember you were trying to get for a while. Is Bingo Machine Go still expensive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like $30-$40, and I've never played them.
No, nobody has ever played them. That's the fucking point. It's just because they are anime famous. Like, yes, they're fan favorites. I get it. I will always want every Dark Magician style card that comes out. You love heroes, like you want these cards, but like $65 for a fucking pre-sale Liquid Soldier, like that's ludicrous. But everyone's so scared after the whole debacle that was the set before this with Malicious Bane and Adusted Gold that those cards are still fucking insane.
Well, it was just. Go ahead.
I'm just looking up the last set real quick. So
Well, it was like earlier when I was talking to Aaron, like because of this, right? Like a lot of people, it was like even the budget builds for certain decks are expensive, and we're just going to use Hero because I mean that's the one that was most recently effective, and then like you're going to see it with Spiral decks and stuff like that here because they have to play Magician Soul, but like. You have to. So in modern day hero decks, even if you're playing a budget build, you have to play an EVA hero package. That's $150 right there. If you're going to play competitive, you have to have the Sunrise package, which includes a Liquid Soldier because it makes Absolute Zero. You have to get an Absolute Zero, an Acid, and a Sunrise. That's almost another $200 for a budget deck. That's $350 already. You can't even play a budget build of heroes without spending almost $500. Like that's insane, bro. Insane. And it's not the only deck affected by it because technically, if you really think about it, Spiral should be budget. It really should. But now you have to shell out $300 for Magician Soul because you have to play 3 of that card if you're going to play that specific deck.
yeah, no. If Magician Soul sits anywhere above $40, like I'm probably not gonna get it, at least for a while because it's just ludicrous. Like a Dust of Gold's a one of, right?
A Dusted Gold is 100% one of.
And that is currently sitting at 85, and I know that was one of the most disgustingly short printed cards that we've had in a long time, right?
Oh, for sure. Dusted Gold and Malicious Bane, both together.
Yeah,
It is so bad.
I don't believe we have pull ratios for these yet. If there are, I haven't seen them, so sorry if you've seen them and I haven't, but I really, really hope that Magician Souls or any other like chase card in the set isn't given that treatment because it's just a damn shame when like you want to play fun or rogue or casual and you're just like, man, I don't want to spend $200 on 3 fucking pieces of cardboard.
You can't play it to the best of the ability. And then, like, this is for the general public and stuff like that, too. Like, you can't play it to the best of the ability because of the cost of a card. Like, someone like me, I was going to get it regardless anyway if I was going to play that strategy, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, not everyone's like me. As a general consensus of the public, like, a lot of people who play competitively and stuff like that, even if they're not big name, they're budget players. Like, that's just the forefront of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the budget player. And, like, it's just... This is what turns people away from the game. And then, like, you have these... And that's why I don't like subsets. I absolutely hate them. I mean, sure, some of them are really good. You know, I mean, I'm not saying they're all bad, but I mean, like, the secondary market is what makes it bad for subsets.
Yeah, the secondary coupled with the short printing issue. Because, like, if I'm spending that amount of money on the game, I either want it to be at the forefront of the meta or I want to be rarity upgrading long-term investments, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly how...
I don't want to be spending it on an ultra rare that's going to sit in my binder 50 weeks out of the year because the deck is not good. I just want the card.
that's where they get you. That's where the on-floor vendor.
Yeah, let's talk about that guy. The event vendor who he's got to make a profit, bro. You know.
Hey, bro, I gotta make a profit, man. I gotta get monsters and water bottles before I head home. You feel me?
Yeah. That's another complaint I've had with this game for a long time. Everybody's got a nickel and dime. Everybody's got to be a wannabe vendor. Like, I'm not one to hold up a trade because I'm $2 short on a $30 trade. Like, I'll try to find something, but honestly, if I can't, whatever, he has what I want and I have what he wants. Like, it's $2 fucking dollars. And
that's exactly how I see it. For $2, you can have it, bro.
If we're trading penny stocks, right? We're trading like 50-cent foils. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, stop looking up each price. It's like, that's 70 cents. Like, I've just ended trades because I didn't want to deal with it. It's just stop doing that shit. Just trade your cards, know the rough value. Like, yeah, I mean, when an example of what I'm trying to get at is like when Jirac Aolo after Dinos came out, like that card, the Super shot up like an insane amount. I think it went up to like 20 or $30 for a little while. And this guy had them, and instead of nickel and diamond and taking the easy profit, I was like, do you know how much this card's worth right now? And he's like, no. So I showed him. He's like, I don't really care. Like, I want what you have. And then we traded anyway. So, I mean, that guy was nice, but stop fucking wasting my time. That is the biggest thing. I hate sitting there waiting for your phone to load with the 1 bar service you have in locals, because every locals is made of fucking 2-foot concrete for some reason.
2-foot concrete. Everyone has prepaid, and they're like Metro piece of shit or Cricket, and like, oh, I don't know why my service is not working out here. Yeah, oh shit, my card's worth $17.38, and you're short 7 cents. You have anything else, bro? That's literally how that goes.
Yeah, and you're always trading in between rounds. It's like, okay, I finished my round in 30 minutes. We have like 5 minutes to finish this trade and then get ready for the next round.
And you know the guy you're on the across the table is going to be sniffing his farts for like 5 minutes, so you got to count that into it too.
Or if anybody's like me, they'll just I sat down at locals down here, and I was like, I'm not moving. I will rather we either draw because nobody moves, or I forfeit the round, but I'm not fucking moving. So we didn't start our round for like 5 minutes into the time. It's like I had 2 bags, and like I had my backpack, my little box thing that I carry cards in. I'm like, I'm not fucking moving, man.
Doug, is that you?
Well, Doug's a little different. He's a little special.
Doug kind of brings his whole closet with him, and it's kind of funny.
Brings that and that thing he calls his son, I think. I don't know what those are, but
Well, okay, how do we go from bitch about the secondary market to roasting Doug? He can't even defend himself.
all right. But I'm on TCG Player right now. I have Immortal Destiny pulled up. A Dust of Gold 90. Malicious Bane is 60, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you drop down to fucking $15, $17 for the cover card. It's like, that's fine. Like that's how it should be. There shouldn't be anything in these side sets that's worth more than like $25, $30. At least that's my opinion. Because if everything's printed equally and there's no short prints, I don't care how important a card is, it can't hold that value.
It kills me. Because Konami one goes out of the way to short print it because we gotta find a way to sell the set, bro. I'm like, bro, your product will sell itself. You're just being like cockmongers at this point.
And like for this new one, what is it? Magical Hero. We don't even have the rarity for every card yet. It's like a couple got spoiled, and that's about it. So we got Magician Souls for 100, Liquid Soldier 65, Sunrise 55, and then the Dark Magicians 25, Soul Servant. I don't even know. Is that a Dark Magician card? I think it is.
I think it's either the trap card or a spell card. I can't remember.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, every card that isn't ultra rare is pre-selling for 20 plus, and that is stupid. But again, pre-sales.
Well, it's kind of like one of those things too, because I can't remember the name of the set, but it's when like Card of Demise came out. Like that was one of the last times like a subset was okay in Yu-Gi-Oh, because like they didn't like super short print it, but like it was noticeable it wasn't getting as pulled as much. But Card of Demise never went over $30 when that set came out within like the first at least 4 weeks or something like that. I mean, I think it may have shot to 50 after that one dude did something with Glyphort, but like it was never out of control and out of like reach control.
About Millennium Pack.
Yeah, it's one of those Millennium Pack, or like one of the first side sets or something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, it wasn't out of control. But like this is ridiculous.
Yeah, and like a card as strong as Demise, and then you had when Grass was legal at 1 copy, Left Arm Offering went up to like $35, and it's from the same set, and that's like a meta relevant card, and that's the frustrating part when you want to play something for fun or you want to like see how well you can build a deck and you're just sitting there looking at the price of the cards that you don't have. You're just like, I'll just stick with what I'm already playing.
Every time, man.
So how do we fix this if we were Konami? Obviously, the first thing is no short prints, right?
We send out a set of people with very specific skills, and I let them do their job.
All right, so we send Doug out.
That is
And
the
then what?
last thing we do. I don't know. I mean, I understand why companies do it, but if you quit short printing, like I said, there were, well, we gotta get the set to sell. Like, I don't think Konami actually understand. Well, I'm not gonna say specifically Konami, but I don't think people understand. It's kind of like because I work for AT&T, and it's like when they're trying to push like they're trying to push cell service and stuff like that. Like people don't realize like the brand will sell itself. There's no need to like
Yeah.
spice it at that point is basically what it's getting at. Like, and then because when you short print it, like the people, like I said, the on floor vendor. Anyway, it's like it's unnecessary.
I've never. The people that buy products don't even really think about ratios, right?
No, they just buy it because they want to buy it.
But the people that don't buy products are the ones that are like, well, I've basically no chance of pulling anything good, so I'm not going to buy a product. So I honestly think if they stop short printing, they would easily sell more product because more people would want to make that initial investment because you can get, not guaranteed, but you'll have a lot higher chance to get those money cards on the front before the prices start to cool down.
Honestly, I think that's a perfect solution. It really is because if you make everything equal rate, then people can't just go around and be like, "Oh, I gotta charge this because it's so hard to get out of the case." And then, like, I think another thing that ruins it, and I actually just absolutely hate this, is when channels and stuff like that or pages like get product early and open it, and then they announce what they pulled out of their stuff for the entire world to see.
Yeah,
That's just awful.
yeah. I mean, market watch channels bother me, especially like ones that cover stuff before the product is even basically on the shelves. Like when House of Champs gets a large portion for case ratios and stuff before the product is basically out, it's like, okay, well now I didn't buy any of the products, and those prices are about to get jacked the fuck up.
Immediately, like within 5 minutes of the video dropping, and that's why I just quit doing it.
Yeah, I mean there's a reason that his channel's pretty stagnant. I mean, it doesn't really grow. There's just a set amount of people that want to watch. It's not entertaining. The only reason I click on those videos is like, okay, well, what can I not buy this week because these prices are going to be inflated.
Every time it's and that's not necessarily something Konami do, something community service to everyone do.
I think the way the community's adapted and just developed over the past several years, it basically makes it impossible to change at this point because like for Pokemon, the market is nowhere fucking close to as violent and volatile as this one, where it's just like this ever-changing storm that you can never predict exactly where it's going to go. Like, there's just money cards, and then they stay money cards, and they fluctuate a couple of bucks, but that's it.
Something I wish Yu-Gi-Oh! Had.
Yeah, a reliable long-term investment. Why would you ever want that for your hobby?
Don't judge me.
All right, so we got 10 minutes left, and we've talked about all of the side sets. One other thing another way they could potentially fix this issue because they'll never stop short printing cards because they're a bunch of douchebags. But if they did started doing what the OCG did, where you have multiple rarities of chase cards, like Super Ash Blossom and Secret Ash Blossom, so that there's a cheap version and an expensive version, that would be incredible.
I don't know if it necessarily fixes the problem, but it would be a step in the right direction. Because now, like, it's not necessarily ideal for everyone, especially for people who like their specific rarities, but it is openly accessible to the general public, which happens to be budget players. So I think that is definitely something that could happen because it happens over in OCG land, a vast and mythical place where Yu-Gi-Oh is actually enjoyable. But
well, I mean, the way I look at it is the super rare or the lower rarity version of the card keeps the general player base happy because a lot of people don't care about rarity. They don't care about, they just want the card. And if they can get that version of the card, the demand for the highest version of the card is going to be significantly lower. And like, yes, it'll still be expensive, so the guy that pulls it can feel good about turning a profit, but it's not going to break the bank. You're not going to be paying, I mean, assuming they're like reasonable ratios, you know what I mean? Like 2 secrets per case still. It's not going to be that much of a detriment. You're probably going to be paying $50, $60 for a chase secret.
oh, for sure. Like, it's not a perfect fix by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think a perfect fix exists.
And I mean, you and me both know, like, we don't want every card to be $5 and under, right? Like, we want, like, there has to be a middle ground, because if every card is super cheap, then it's like, okay, well, like, why would I ever buy a product? But there has to be like, I paid what, $70 or $80 for Phantasmes. I paid $80 for Ash Blossoms, and like those are good cards that have been in almost every deck that I've played since I've gotten them, and those cards deserve to be that expensive. But a fucking Dark Magician focus card that happens to be okay in an off meta deck, like, are not $100 cards. I don't know how else to spin it.
I mean, I feel like it's amazing because one card, like you're saying, in a specific archetype. This isn't the first time it's happened. You know what I mean? Like, what's a good example? When Dragons of Legend first came out, or not Dragons of Legend, but Performer Pop Pendulum Sorcerer, right?
Yeah.
Secret Rare. It was released specifically for, not specifically, but it was released with the mindset that it would be good in the Performer Pal archetype, right? We'll go with this. And then that people realized that they had great interactions with cards like Perfamage, Plushfire, and Luster Pendulum, the Draco Slayer, and so on and so forth. And it may not necessarily raise its price of the card because it's already secret rare, but that were super rares back when Konami didn't have a super rare in every pack, made it from like a $5 card to a $50 card. And I know a lot of people who didn't play that deck specifically because of the increase in a super rare. So, I mean, there's one card, Armageddon Knight having signature with everything and raising the price before it got the reprint, or Dark Grepher for that matter, because it was a secret ultra rare at one point. Like, there's just a bunch of generic cards that are just like victims of other decks, and like it's not cool.
Yeah, like I mean, Invoker was like what, a couple of bucks, and then it shot up to 70.
Speedroid Terratop.
Yep.
Speedroid Terratop. Victim of being a generic 3.
there's just no winning. Like I want to enjoy every aspect of this game, and I know that's not actually possible because there's a lot of frustrating things coming from the company not really putting a ton of effort into it all the time, the products being lazy, the constant waiting to hope they fix the game through a ban list. But I just want, when a product does come out, that I can actually invest into it without fucking spending $300. Like I could buy so many cool things with $300, and it's not going to be 3 Magician Souls.
It all comes around to Magician Soul.
Yeah, I mean, up until I saw that, like I didn't see that till literally right before we started recording, and I'm just super pissed off about it because I've been waiting for that card for months.
I remember when it got announced, you're like, holy shit.
The card's great. It lets you establish Dark Magician, which is a lot harder than you'd think in a Dark Magician deck.
Oh, great. Are we about to enter Real Dark Magician Hour? Because if you're entering Real Dark Magician Hour, I want to enter Real Blue Eyes Hours.
You get Guard Dragon combo. Your deck's infinitely better than mine.
Okay, yeah, I do get Guard Dragon combo. That's kind of dope. But that's not the point here. The point is, you got a really cool card for an archetype that desperately needs something to help make it playable, and everyone's like, but look what it can do in this deck. And you're like, no. And they didn't follow you.
Yeah. There are a ton of cool Dark Magician cards in this set, but they're all $20 plus, and like they're not that good of cards. Like Magician Souls is a great card in Spiral. People still haven't figured it out on exactly how to run it, so honestly, it might flop. We don't know. But the other ones, like the Fusion, is okay. The Ritual / Fusion spell is good because it's searchable off Rod, but it's not worth $20. The Trap, you're not gonna fucking play the Trap. It's just like it doesn't make sense on these prices. Like I get vendors want to make it easy profit, but fuck them, honestly.
So, yeah, you're really cool, man. Like that actually just wow.
No, because I mean, I've met a ton of vendors over the years, and like a lot of them are nice. And obviously, if I was a vendor, I would try to do the same thing. I'd try to turn a profit quickly because I want to make my money back as soon as possible. But this shit's out of control, man.
It's gonna be alright, man. Just breathe and remember, Douglas French has no sauce.
God damn it! You're gonna make me play the thing.
Yes, I am.
Low, you have no sauce. Hey.
All right, I gotta get more sound bites.
We're gonna work on it. Don't worry about it. Just know they're coming, like the British.
All right,
allegedly.
So we got about a minute and a half left. Let's hear your final closing thoughts on this.
Well, I'm not looking forward to eventually having the curiosity to play Spiral, because I will. I think if the Yu-Gi-Oh! Secondary market would chill for, I don't know, 5, maybe 10 minutes. I'd prefer 10, but I'd settle for 5. I'm not going to be spending an arm and a leg to play a rogue strategy. But I think there is hope. It's just very, very far away.
So this podcast basically was one thing. It's the Shrek meme with Donkey, and Donkey's the secondary market, and Shrek is me saying, "Can you not buy out cards for 5 minutes?"
Are you telling me Jacob was the donkey?
But guys, if you have enjoyed this rant session, please remember to let us know. Check us out on youtube.com/bingohd and youtube.com/theduelfactory. Let us know what discussions you guys want to hear. I did get a couple of comments this week giving topic ideas, but we really wanted to do this since this product just came out. So we'll go over any that we have prior to next week. But check us out again here, same time, same place next week, 8 a.m. iTunes, Google Play, 10 a.m. on YouTube. And with that being said, I will see you all next week. Peace out.
Okay, bye.